Hello my darlings, and welcome to my spell candle series. Today I'm going to create a Summer Solstice spell candle to bring you joy, success, and solar blessings. Let's do some magical crafting. This video is part of a candle magic series. I create 12 different spell candles and talk about the magical properties of the ingredients in each one. I'll link to a playlist for the series below. I'll also link to all of the materials I use to make this spell candle below the video. Spell candles are used in all kinds of magic, ritual, and spellcraft. They're used in witchcraft, voodoo, hoodoo, root work, and folk practices. You can add oils, herbs, crystals, colors, or symbols as you craft your candles to align with your magical goals. Most importantly, as you create your candle, infuse it with your intention. If your traditions call for it, you may wish to bless your candle, chant or speak words while creating it, invoke a deity, or pray over it. I begin by weighing out my wax. I'm using flakes of soy wax, and I'm measuring out 4 ounces. This amount of wax will nicely fill my 5-ounce glass jar. Jar sizes are based on volume, and candle wax is measured by weight. A 5-ounce jar will hold 4 ounces of wax, based on weight. You can check online for the amount of wax you need for the container you've chosen for your candle. I've created a Book of Shadows page for this particular spell candle recipe. If you'd like to download a PDF of any and all of my grimoire pages, you can visit Magical Crafting on Patreon at the link below the video. My patrons can download recipes, Book of Shadows pages, artwork, and more, all provided as PDFs, and I continue to add new downloadable content as I do more projects on the channel. I'm melting the wax over a very low heat. As you make your candle, melt your wax slowly over a low heat and do not boil or burn your wax. If you see any smoke, your wax is burning. Turn the heat down. Another option is to use a double boiler setup. As you wait for the wax to melt, this is the perfect time to add your energy and intention as you stir the liquid. When making your own Summer Solstice spell candle, you should incorporate the ingredients that you have on hand that provide the effects that you want in your candle. You do not have to include all of the ingredients I show in this video. As always, my tutorials should only be a starting point for you to develop your own craft. I encourage you to use what feels right for you and what you have access to. Once the wax is completely melted, it's time to add the ingredients you want inside your candle. Make sure to turn the heat off before adding anything into the wax. The first ingredients into the wax is chamomile flowers. This plant is closely associated with the sun and has calming properties that give it good energy for sleeping and meditating. Chamomile can also be used to represent the sun. It's a great addition to spells where solar energy is needed. I want to make sure that the element is ground up very finely to almost a powdery consistency before adding it to the wax. I'm powdering it between my fingers before adding it. I'm also adding sunflower petals. The sunflower is associated with the Greek god Apollo. It's used in magic to bring joy. The solar energy they bring are great for dispersing illness and bringing friendship. Again, I'm powdering the dried flower petals between my fingers before adding them. Always make sure that when you're adding ingredients that they will be fire safe. I make sure to grind them very finely before adding them. This way they'll incorporate into the wax and not produce a large clump or chunk that might catch fire or burn unpleasantly. You may wish to add an essential oil or a perfume oil to scent your candle. This is an optional step, as many people like to leave their candles unscented for many reasons, including potential allergies. I'm using lemon essential oil. Dropping lemon oil into hot wax immediately makes the room smell like a lemon grove. It's a bright citrusy scent that corresponds to summer. Lemon magic is uplifting and happy. It represents the sun's energy. I'm adding lemon into this spell candle for its joyful and creative properties. Lemon can dispel feelings of depression. Once you've included the ingredients you want inside the candle, it's time to add a color. I'm using a color that corresponds to the kind of magic I will do with my candle. In this case, for the summer solstice, I'm adding yellow colorant to represent the sun. In color magic, the color yellow corresponds to intellect and the element of air. It's used in spells for clear communication. Another color you can use if you don't want to use yellow is orange or gold. Both represent solar energy. Orange brings success and creativity. Gold attracts success and prosperity and represents wealth. The wax will lighten as it cools, going from clear to white. The cooling process will also lighten whatever color you've added. Make sure to add enough colorant to the wax to make the liquid wax appear darker than the final color that you desire. Next, it's time to pour the wax into the container you're using to hold your candle. Ensure that you're using a fire-safe container and never use plastic or anything flammable. I've chosen a jar that has a wide opening so that I can add my ingredients to the top of the candle artfully to make it aesthetically pleasing. It's easy to fill and not likely to tip over when lit for fire safety. I'm putting a small piece of removable mounting putty on the bottom of my candle wick to stick it into the jar. I'm using this wick holder that came with my candle making kit. Clamping the wick into this device will ensure that it's centered in the jar and create a straight up and down wick that will not droop. You can also tie the wick to a chopstick or skewer or use a clothespin to hold the wick. Whatever you have at home that works with your container. Then slowly and carefully pour the wax in and scoop in any of the ingredients that have settled to the bottom. Leave your candle to cool and for the wax to firm up. The wax in my 5-ounce candle becomes somewhat firm in about 1 hour. The amount of time will vary depending on the size of your candle. Smaller candles will cool more quickly. Once the wax is cooled, you can add ingredients to the top of the candle. I like to use a heat tool to melt a little bit of the surface wax to adhere glitter and gemstones to the top. I love to add glitter to all of my crafts. I decided to use gold glitter on the top of this candle. Next, I'm adding tiger's eye gemstones to the top of the candle. This stone is well known for its correlation to courage as well as mental clarity. Tiger's eye is ruled by the sun and is a protective stone. And finally, I'm adding yellow jasper stones on top. This stone also provides mental clarity and strength. Like tiger's eye, it holds warrior energy and helps build self-confidence in the wearer. A candle created magically in your sacred space and with great intention can bring extra power and purpose to your magic. There are many ways to use your spell candle. It's perfect for any spell work that needs some solar energy added to it. Use this spell candle in rituals on the summer solstice or any time of year in magical workings to bring you joy, success, and solar blessings. Focus energy toward visualizing your goal happening as you light your candle and as it burns. When the candle has completely burned through, you may wish to remove the gemstones, which are now infused with the energy of your intention. Keep them and use them in further magical workings, or give them back to the earth. Always practice fire safety when burning any candles. I've left some important fire safety tips below the video.